Hello, my name is Blessing Choma, and yes, welcome to my channel. And I am back here to give my weekly check-in on how I am doing so far. And this is day 23 of praying and reading my Bible every day to the end of this year and giving feedback to my future self. This is to my future self. Yeah, so this is me sitting in front of my camera and telling it that reading the Word of God is good. Reading the Word of God is interesting. Yes, it's interesting because I love stories. Person that loves listening to stories. I'm not a good storyteller, but I love listening to stories. I love, especially histories, something that has happened in the past, something that really happened for real. They attract me. So they attract me, take my attentions really. If something had happened in the past, I'm curious on how did it happen? Why did it happen? So if you are someone like me that likes history, story of things that has happened in the past, Bible is your go-to. So be ready to read the Bible, and trust me, you are going to find it very interesting. So then this is the 23, and what I'm picking out today is that reading the Bible and studying it every day is interesting. And so that brings me to a story I found in the book of Genesis. In the book of Genesis 38. Genesis 38 from 1 to the end. So it's the story of about, or it's the story of Tamar and Judah. Tamar and Judah, Tamar was the daughter-in-law of Judah, whose her husband is Er. I don't know the pronunciation, but it's Er. It's spelled Er. So was wicked in the sight of God, and God took him out. God slayed him. And Judah was a good father-in-law, and he saw that this daughter-in-law would be alone, and decided he didn't want to end his first son. His first son was a heir, so he didn't want to end his lineage. He didn't want to end the lineage of his first son without child. So he gave the second son to Tamar, to go in with Tamar and bear children, so that the children can be heirs children. But because Onan is the second son, Onan didn't like the idea. He didn't want to have children. He didn't want to give his brother children. So he would lay with Tamar and spill the sperm on the ground. It will spill on the ground. He won't let her fertilize. So this happens years and years, and God saw that what he was doing was displeasing God. What he was doing was displeasing God, and God took him out. God slew him as well. So now Judah was confused and not didn't know what to do really. Sent Tamar to our father's house, that okay, just what, go to your father's house. When my son, he has another son which is not yet matured enough to be married. So this is like real life story, something that happened in the history. So he said, okay, when my son is of age to get married, I would send call you back so that I can be his wife. But years and years passed. Judah didn't go to pick Tamar, didn't call for Tamar, didn't pick her. So yeah, and as time goes on, a word came to Tamar, your father-in-law is passing this place today, or your father-in-law will be going through this, word came to Tamar, and they told her that Judah would be passing the environment, would be going through the environment to another town for his shepherd thing with his sheep. So he said, okay, she said, okay, let me think of what to do. The next thing she thought about was to disguise as a prostitute and lay with the father-in-law. You are surprised too. Yes, I am. I am surprised. When I was reading it, I was shocked. Like, How? What? Why don't you just go to him and be like, "Sir, I've been here. You didn't see me. You didn't come to get me. It's been years. It's been 1 year. It's been 2 years. It's been 3 years. It's been 5 years. You didn't come to get me. What do you want me to do? How do you want?" What came to her mind was to disguise as a prostitute and lay with him. So, as she actually did, she had her way, laid like she disguised as a prostitute, and Judah passing by was like, "Ah, who is this pretty damsel prostituting on the by the gate? What is your price? Let me lay with you and have fun." That's it. All knowing to him that that's his daughter-in-law. Yes, heirs or wife. That's his daughter-in-law. He laid with her, and she covered her face actually, because even during the she covered her face was covered because she said she doesn't want the people to know that she's a prostitute, so she covered her face. He didn't open her face to check who is this. So that was, and she was a wise woman as well. She was wise. She had it planned out. She had everything planned out. Like, this is what I want to do with Judah, and she had it planned out. So she collected the Judah didn't have money or something to give her for the pleasure he wanted to get at the moment. So, but he said he promised to bring goat for her after he had gone back to his hometown. He will send for goat for her as payment for the pleasure. So Judah asked what she wants in deposit, so that she said he should give her a signet. His signet, his bracelet, and his staff. So signet is a means of identity. It's something that family name or signature or unique name is on it. So once you see that thing, you say, "Oh, this is Judas. This is from the family of so person. This is family of so person." You will know definitely what that is. Then the staff as well is a means of identity, and his bracelet. So the things that belong to him that could easily implicate him, that was the things she asked for. So he said, why not? He gave it to her and moved on with his life. So after some time, days later, when he got to he sent his servants to go to the gate and look for her. They couldn't find her. There was no prostitute there. She was not a prostitute. She went home, cleaned up, and uh, lived her life like nothing happened. So the servant got there, find her, they couldn't find her, nothing, nobody. He asked around the gate, there was a prostitute here. My master said there's a prostitute here. He laid with her and wanted to pay her back. Everybody was like, there's no prostitute in our environment. We don't have prostitute here, especially not at the gate. Do you understand? So after some time, I want to be fast with the story. So after some time, like 3 months later, a word came to Judah that Tamar was pregnant. So he fled up. How could she be pregnant? How could she go and live with another man? How could she do that? How could she do that? He was trying to claim that she still his daughter-in-law. So after the word came, he called for her. They brought her, they talked about it, and she said, well, I know the man that impregnated me, and this is the things I collected from him, so that I'll keep, the things I collected from the man. So if you can find the owner of these things, then that is the man that impregnated me. Hold and behold, they were Judah's staff, bracelet, and signet. Signet. What a wise woman, right? So she brought those things out, and there was nothing Judah could do. He had to agree that, oh, okay, yeah, you are actually really holy. You kept yourself. You have obeyed me. You waited for me, and yes, I am. So he had to apologize and moved on and accepted her and the child in the womb. And yes, he never laid with her again. But that is story of wise woman. Like, I see it as a wise story, wise decision, planned out this thing to do, you know. It's interesting, right? And she gave birth to twins with that pregnancy. Yeah, twins. You heard me right. The name of the twins is Zara and Firas. Zara and Firas. So, yes, that is what I've learned during this week of reading my Bible and praying every day. Yeah, I read about Judah and Tamar is daughter-in-law. Very interesting story, very captivating, you know. And yeah, that's what I've learned this week. Thank you so much. And yes, future self, be proud of yourself because yes, you are doing this. Bye. See you in my next video next week.